today's episode. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good? Good? How was that purge? How was everything? What did you sacrifice? What did you give? What was it? Give it to me. What a thing that when you sacrifice something is when you're most grateful. Because the sacrifice that you needed to give, you no longer wanted it. To realize that through the journey, you never wanted something. What a weird. It all starts weird until I finish the video and then it all aligns slowly. Trust the process, trust the process. So something about trusting the process. there's something there's something that looks a little right? Um Not in a way that you cannot handle. God will only give what you can handle, obviously, but testers test this. They're trying to test what can you handle and what are you willing to sacrifice. But everything counts. Everything counts. Everything. Data is data no matter how small or how big. Something about something being really small. Oh, that is a sign. She scratched my toe at the same. Stop it. And I have socks. She's under the table. And the table is covered around with a blanket. And that's her little house. Again, with balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible. Something about being sensible is the thing that's calling me the most. There's something about being pure with your perspective. And what does purity mean to you? Figure that out first before watching this whole video. Okay? You don't want to have a wrong perspective of purity and kind of backstab yourself and corrupt it. But the purity and innocence of evil, I guess. Something about being able to see it, witness it, and still be able to respond to life instead of reacting to it. Again, as I say, nobody knows you more than you know yourself. And if somebody knows you more than you know nothing about yourself. And yeah, I said the same thing with different words, but you know nothing about yourself. Nothing. You know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Okay. This is some heavy shit. Something about 11 cups. That in a bag of chips. That in a bag of chips. That in a bag of chips. That is what it's giving. That in a bag of chips. 11 cups. What's wrong with something extra, right? There's something so beautiful of control and willpower when it comes to being an observer, a seer. And I had the experience when I was working on the other job. He was a little cute. He was so cute. He was a cute guy. And there was this on my final days on the job, because I was receiving a lot of ancestry, slavery, where I live, how we are based, the system, where does the system come from, and where did it started. Obviously, it started with slavery, of course, and even before that, there were, I assume, there were different generations of different types of slavery, and maybe we all kind of went through slavery, but because time is a space, it's not a line that you can travel by except experience when you're in this space. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Um, it kind of makes it difficult to comprehend what I'm trying to say. Different levels of slavery, or different levels of following orders, different levels, different systems, different. Between those different levels of consciousness and different levels of awareness, they have their own system and their own rules. Again, not as to follow blindly, but they lead you and they hold the system structurally. Whatever. And I guess that's your 10 of cups. And a bag of chips. I'm sorry. It's good. Understand that, again, the willpower and the control to observe, respond, not react is a lot more powerful than you're aware. And you're kind of like, it's just normal human behavior. It should be. It should be. It should be normal behavior. But the thing is, it isn't. And because you see it so normalized in your life, and people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? She's living in a whole nother planet, but she's living, you know? But she's living. Comprehend? Comprende? Time, space, space, time. And I was having this thought of like, I want somebody who knows math. Maybe this has been done and I just have to research it. And if I do, I'll paste it there. But, and I research it. We'll see what type of research I do. But something that confirms what I'm trying to say. Because that's what we kind of look for, I guess. Take that as it resonates, but it's true. And when a formula is trying to measure something on time and space, and those two things are in the same equation, can they both be the same? The same. Like if you're using A, you do the math based on it's. I don't know math. I don't know what's happening. Whatever. I just gotta be grateful with what's coming, and yeah. And understand that the power, and actually the will power, because will comes from inside. It comes from the soul. It comes from the soul and the ego, but you are the one handling both. Again, the switching of the cups. The water goes to one, water goes to one, water goes to one. And that itself is guidance. Okay, that itself, it's guidance. You being you, and you moving the way you move through life, even when you think that there should be something that every human and every individual should act upon, be, and represent, it is not. Period. It is not. And having a role where your role is always lifting the heavy duty tends to be hard, tends to be tiring. And when time exists, how long are you willing to be in that state for? How long are you willing to wait? How long are you willing? Will. I don't know. But yeah, you know what you're doing, because it's not control or of ownership. it's not like you're forcing yourself to do something, you're guiding yourself through life. And I had this perspective or this visualization of me going to the Navy. And I could have gone blindly. I could have gone to the office, be told a different story, and then I started to search online, and online it changed my whole perspective on it. I am not that crazy. I wouldn't jump on it, but I do take my time to think about stuff. Giving it a day changes everything sometimes. That is okay. You can give, that's why we have time. In this perspective of we only have so much time, we have to do this, we have to be productive, we have what, we have, okay, where in that time, what, when does, the melancholic, I see, oh yeah, I love him. He speaks so good. And he was talking about when you have certain memories and you have certain experiences that you do so ritualistic, like driving, like eating, like like they are scenes to fill up the storyline, right? Yeah. And those are the ones that tends to go faster. You kind of forget them easily, you know? And imagine those in a series, in a movie. Those are filler um, scenes. They're filling your life, but they're not fully the main scene that you're looking for, or the scene that you're actually participating. I don't know how to explain it to you. And when you start to have less of those scenes, you kind of have a good story to see. When the scenes are not, or when the episodes are not filler episodes. And being outside of yourself, not seeing yourself, not thinking of yourself, not giving to yourself, and kind of only easing the ego in a way. I can't understand a lot of what I'm saying unless I see the video, because I kind of like blank out of it. But yeah, you understand that when you're living in your work and you're driving, you're on your phone, which is another addictive device that, while I do work a lot with social media, I give myself time and I separate from it. But I do not, I'm afraid to even try it with the phone. It's like the phone, like the way he said it may be connected to like a VR set. Like the phone itself is the VR set. There's another level of, not a physical representation of it, but the feeling. And remember, the feeling will come in different packagings. God damn it, what are you trying to talk about here? And there's something about being so direct with your willpower and your own control over yourself, I guess. The liberty to do everything in life and still finding a balance between it. How are you able to be in this control and at the same time be so controlled? Like, how can you be good, 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 and be bad, 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 and then good, 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 and then bad, bad, bad. And still, between those two things, you're gonna create an infinity symbol, the swishing. And it's a constant shift that you kind of go through. But there's this middle part in the infinity symbol. I have the magician here. I'm like, where they both just kind of cross each other. But it's crossing itself, but it's crossing each other, but it's crossing itself. And that middle point is like this balance. Just like the way I can ground it to you in the easiest way is knowing when it's too much and knowing when it's too little. In every way, in every experience, job, careers, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, fucking like family members, friendship, everything that creates familiarity, comfort, some sort of reminiscing or childhood memories, maybe from your childhood. Yeah, again, with something about your past and a past version of yourself that you have to witness. You have to witness some sort of lack, some sort of betrayal, and I don't feel it is you that's going through this process, because there's a lot of contemplation going on when it comes to something that's being shown to you and given to you. Like, there is this one cup that's being given to you, almost like a side quest, but it never was a side quest because it changes everything. And while you're in this contemplation process and you're also having boundaries with that empathy and com- contemplation energy, like reevaluating something, putting new boundaries, putting less boundaries, and still being empathic, compassionate, nurturing, and emotionally stable, that when you use your sword, when it needs to be used, you're still tempered in a way. There's no resentment. And when there's no resentment, you don't care about the memories that make you feel a certain way. So you then don't act upon memories that are no longer there, that are no longer needed, and that are no longer giving you the reaction you desire, and you're actually searching for the response that they would give you. I'm so out of it, bro. It happens, okay? It's like they take me. um, I'm gonna just say that you're doing great, baby. Your manifestation, but you like to think about, you like to meditate on things, you like to emotionally put your good intentions on it, and you also like to see what boundaries are needed through the journey and through the process. It's just something that you like to do. It makes you comfortable and it makes you feel sure. And putting intentions on something sometimes requires time, space. So accept it. Um, Foundation is beautiful. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. Um, and yeah, baby. Slowly but surely we get there. Turtle heel, turtle here. Look at these. I got this one. I don't know what kind of crystal this is, but look how beautiful. You cannot see it. Oh my god, I'm showing you. Yeah, I was punching it, but whatever. And then I have this one. Looks, I love them. White, I don't know why white, but it's just a lot of cleansing, a lot of filtering through, and I guess white is the color that tends to show you, it tends to stain easily. But it's not that it stains easily, it's just it shows you faster where everything is. You know? You have a white shirt and you stain it. Why did you stain it? I don't know. Where? I found it right here. Take it however it resonates. Okay, that's it. I love you. Bye bye.